lovely humans. Hello, hello. Welcome to XFM Friday with moi, Rusty Dog, that makes these. He doesn't appear. He's just right here, but he makes these. So thank you very much for that. Awesome stuff. And apparently this is a Claire Sturgis episode, but we don't skip those here. So, also, I'm aware that there's one I don't know if it's this one or not, but there's one episode where Carl isn't there where he phones in and apparently it's absolutely hilarious. So we have that to look forward to. I don't know if it's this one. I don't know when it happens, but it's important not to skip them. Anyway. Ta-da! That's my intro.
Eminem. Lose Yourself on XFM
okay.
104.9
Nice.
on River Gervais with me, Steve Merchant.
I don't know if the rant was here on YouTube or where the hell I ranted about. Frickin' screw Google Photos. It just, to sum it up, because it was a really long rant, like I got really into it. It was very therapeutic. If you don't know, if you haven't heard it, and you don't know about Google Photos, do not use Google Photos. Take my word for it, because I'm not going to explain it again. Take my word for it. It's a freaking scam to make you buy storage. And you don't buy storage anymore. You don't buy stuff anymore. You rent stuff. You don't buy apps. You rent them. You don't just... okay? So... yes, very accurate shirt, because just don't do it, all right? And if you're tied into Google Photos, get out. Get out as soon as you can. And don't look back, because I got screwed over. So, there you go. Trust me. Trust me. This is very useful information.
Not Carl Pilkington.
No, Carl, no.
He's gone back to Manchester, isn't it? It's better than London.
Yeah.
You don't know it. You don't know it. Manchester's better than London. Instead, Claire Sturgis.
Claire Sturgis ran, of course, for Claire, yeah.
Thanks.
The posses.
He's coming there in sort of the camouflage gear, and is that quite trendy? Is that what the kids are wearing?
It's funny. Someone actually mentioned
Or
that
are
this
you on
morning.
manoeuvres?
Yeah,
I am
exactly.
actually, taking time out this morning from what I normally do.
Sure.
I missed the second half, talking like that, of Celebrity Boot Camp.
I don't know what that
Coolio.
is it?
The fella from Milli Vanilli.
What, the one that's not dead?
Eh?
No, the one that killed
Well,
himself,
Sure.
Steve.
Okay.
Um,
No, I just want to clarify for people. A lot of people don't realise that one of them is dead.
Oh.
Right.
I thought it was important to mention it.
Actually, yeah, I didn't know.
I'll be honest with you, I hadn't thought it through.
No.
It was a piece of interesting Milli Vanilli trivia that I had, and I wanted to slip it in.
But it wasn't really
Well
trivia,
done.
because it was a question. You went, what? The one who's not
What I'm
dead.
saying, because I could have found a more tactful way of bringing up the death of one of Milli Vanilli, because I think there's a lot of people out there now upset. Maybe Claire
Actually,
didn't
yeah,
realise.
people who didn't know.
That's quite a shock. I didn't see. I mean, I should have sat people
who
down.
who died? Vanilli or Millie?
I think it was Millie.
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
Vanilli. What?
I don't know.
No, but I didn't know. I'm
that
guessing.
is-
Actually, I'm guessing.
What
Wait, but I'm
about
not
that?
confusing Milli Vanilli and Scritti Politti, am I? Because I mean that is a danger.
Oh no, you're thinking of the fellow out of Grumple Palumple. He was amazing.
He was amazing. It's a great shame that he topped
Grumple
himself.
Palumple, they're not around this. Anyway, cool, we got some
I
great
love that fake little Steven laugh. It just kind of goes real high pitched. I love it.
tunes lined up. We're going to play today our favourite singles
It's
of the
a
year.
favourite tune, some of which
Tune,
didn't
yeah.
quite make it as singles maybe, but
You know what I was thinking before I actually started this? How are they gonna fill in? Because for Carl's absent, because he just made the whole show about his Rockbusters, Educating Ricky. Like, it all revolved around just Carl's ideas. Now that he's not there, how on earth are they gonna go back to the format before, where they just talk for hours? Like, I was wondering, are they gonna try to do something? Like, are they gonna educate Claire? Like, what's gonna happen, right? Because Carl just made this show so much his own, and these two are so laid back that they just let him. They just like let Carl do all the work. I was wondering how on earth, because it's hard once you get into like a routine of a way of doing things, especially if you don't have to do much effort. You just kind of rely on that, and then when that's taken away, you're pretty much screwed. Like, it's hard to go back to, I used to actually do stuff, right? So I was wondering.
tunes of the
Well, it's
it's
a
a favourite tune, some of which
Tune,
didn't
yeah.
quite make it as singles maybe, but tunes of the year, because obviously Christmas very soon, and we'll be away for a short time.
I
and,
think next week we'll be doing our favourite Christmas songs of all time.
yeah, I'm worried we're not going to fill 2 hours with that. I mean, how many times can you play Shakin' Stevens before...
Fairies out of New York.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
There
that's
it
the
is
only
again.
one, isn't it, really?
That's the...
Sorry, question. Is Halloween not like a big event in the UK or event at all? I don't remember them. Christmas is like huge over there. Every time it's kind of sort of close. Like, there's a lot of Christmas stuff, right? Christmas themes and the songs. It's always very relevant. But I don't think I've ever seen anything UK that is Halloween related, like even in the slightest. Do you guys not? Like, yes, I know that there are parties, and you guys, instead of calling them costume parties, you call them fancy dress parties. The fancy dress to me is like a Cinderella ball gown, but whatever. It's fine. I understand it. But nothing? Because there's some really good, like, music, since they're on the radio, that, you know, revolves around spookiness or Halloween or, you know, some of, like, the best songs, well, maybe not for the radio, but some of the best songs come from, like, horror movies and stuff. And I don't know, I never hear that mentioned, and I'm just kind of wondering, is it, like, just strictly an American thing, or what's up with that? Because Halloween was and probably still is, like, my favorite holiday ever. It's one of my favorite things ever. Just everything that's Halloween themed, I just love it. I don't like scary movies, but everything else. So I don't know, I'm just curious, because it's weird to me that it's all the fuss is always about Christmas.
Best one. That's the best Christmas
That one's
song
good,
ever.
but obviously there's Joni Mitchell's The River. That starts with a kind of Christmassy feel.
Beautiful.
I don't think if there's anything else. Not a great deal.
The
So
Waitresses,
this is
Christmas wrapping.
that one?
Is that
Favourite of
brilliant?
mine.
Is that good?
Yeah.
So this is Christmas. John Lennon. Paul McCartney came out with Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time.
Christmas time, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
So John's was Happy Christmas War is over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course it wasn't, but
Hey,
optimistic.
but I mean, at least he wanted
No,
to be.
he was dreaming of it. He was dreaming of it.
Yeah. That's, I mean,
and bless him.
And to show how much
I
he
don't.
hated
John
war.
Lennon's dead as well. I don't know if anyone's.
Yeah, no, they do.
aware
know
of that's
that.
just another bit of
I
rock and roll
like
trivia.
John's protest against war. He stayed in bed for a week.
Yeah.
I've been
I've
doing
done
that. I've been protesting against war for ages.
Yeah.
I'm eating hamburgers
Yeah, absolutely.
against war.
Absolutely.
I just go into Burger King on the way here. I went to the counter.
But of course, that's not
Did a
not
proper
product
protest?
placement there. And there's a number of other burger joints that people may wish to go to if
I
they
often go to
choose.
McDonald's.
Yeah,
I often go to
exactly,
McDonald's. But I went into Burger King because it's close. And I went in there.
It's convenient, but then often McDonald's will be convenient. I mean,
Convenient. McDonald's is just convenient.
That actually
then
looks
often
a lot like a corner of one here. I think it might be a McDonald's, but it legit looks the same. Like, even little back street there or whatever is happening, alley, or it looks a lot like there's one here in basically in, they call it a centro. It'd be the center of the city, like the most important part of the city. Interesting.
will be convenient. I mean,
Convenient. McDonald's is just convenient. Depends where you are.
Just as convenient depending where you are.
And I said, could I have a cheeseburger and small fries? Take away, please. And he recognised me. He went, oh, I've seen you on telly enough, way now. He went, there's your meal, sir. I went, thanks. He winked and went, I'll put large fries in.
Brilliant.
So that's
So
it's paying off at last. True genius is being rewarded by the burger joints.
Because I mean, there's been a couple of times where I've been with you, and we've gone in a restaurant and someone's given you a free meal or whatever. And it's the way that it's like you don't ask for it; it's just kind of offered. But I don't know what they're expecting in return.
Nothing.
I mean, do they think that you'll go away and you'll always think fondly of Chad?
I think
It's just gratitude for what he's already done.
I just think they think, oh, I don't know, they make.
I'm
like
going to give him a little treat.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it, but then I'm always grateful, and I never.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm slightly embarrassed.
Did anyone around you hear what had happened?
No.
Because I imagine the resentment, just the whole room
No,
turning
they
on
didn't.
you.
I had to go around telling them.
Yeah.
I went and said, excuse me, did you hear that? He goes, no, he just gave me the free thing because I'm on the telly. I went, I don't recognise. I went, you don't recognise me?
I'm terrified now that that someone could be listening at Burger King HQ. You know, I'm assuming this is an unorthodox procedure.
And that little fella's got fired.
Well, they know it's Leicester Square now because I just mentioned it, so they know which Burger King it is.
Oh my God. I don't know.
What was his name?
Ralph Littleton. He had a name badge. Number 342.
Well, I just hope Littleton doesn't get in trouble.
So,
That's so cute. You know what I read once on Reddit, I think it was? There was a guy that used to work at McDonald's, and he said every time that somebody would order, the 10 chicken nuggets, he would always put 11 in. That's awesome. That's like that's a hero type stuff right there. That's sweet. Because that kind of stupid stuff actually makes your day. Like, if you actually count them to make sure they didn't, keep 1 and give you 9, and you count 11, you get extra giddy that day. That's like enough to pull you through the whole day. So that stuff, and obviously it doesn't cost McDonald's anything. It's fine. So that kind of stuff. Cool stuff.
What are we going to play
That could
first?
be a sad Christmas for him. He's probably keeping his whole family afloat.
Betty Springsteen.
Well, tunes of the year. I mean, I know people dismiss Springsteen, but as I say, the gig I went to see earlier in the year, I made it in the end.
Sturgis couldn't believe we were going to play Springsteen.
Brilliant. I just think, you know, leave aside what you think is cool and trendy and the fact that he's older now or whatever else.
Really?
Just leave all that behind and just listen to the tunes because, you know, he remains a great musician.
Lonesome Day?
Lonesome Day, current single, and it's the first track on the album. And,
free chips.
Absolutely.
That's brilliant.
The boss.
Do we care if it's trendy?
I don't care.
We're like Huey Lewis. It's hip to be square, Steve.
We should play some Huey.
Oh, we can't.
Can we?
No.
Oh, come on, the power of love.
No.
Oh.
It's a curious thing.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
no?
It makes one man leave, makes another man sing. I don't know what's going on there. It's weird, isn't it?
It's strange.
Oh.
Guys,
flipping
take
heck.
turns.
Yeah.
Springsteen there.
Yeah, no, obviously he's playing again next year sometime.
I bet even trendy people thought, well, yeah, it's all right.
But,
yeah.
I mean, I
I
tell
bet
you-
they wanted to rock. I bet they wanted to drive along a freeway.
Well,
with
I
a-
think you've got to be hard pushed to turn over the channel if you're driving and that's playing. Who wouldn't want to be driving a car while that's playing? You know? Down an open freeway.
we are sounding. I know there's a little bit of irony in it, but we are sounding like Dr. Fox. Did you see? Did you see the final of Fame Academy?
No, I don't watch Fame Academy. I'm
Foxy got in there. He was in the audience.
No!
Yeah,
How
did
not
Foxy work
enough
in?
being on Pop
Okay.
Idol. He was in there. And do you know who was sitting next
How
to him?
many of those
There's
kind of
Fox-
shows are there, though? Jeez, there's so many. How do you even keep track? How do you watch them all? Like, aren't they all on at the same time or something? Like, how do you do it? Bonkers.
Disguise.
In disguise?
In disguise, he had a little.
Who's in disguise?
Not enough being on Pop Idol. He's in there. And do you know who was sitting next to him?
Next to
in
Foxy?
disguise.
In disguise?
In disguise, he had a little beard and a woolly hat on, looked like a badly drawn boy. Mackenzie Crook.
Really?
And we had to, we taped it, and I went, it is, and we taped it, and he was there. So he's back from America.
Was
and
it
he-
obviously a false beard?
No, I think he's...
Is he befriended Foxy? do you
I
think?
don't know.
Are they hanging out
We're
together
gonna
now
see
on the
him tonight.
honk?
We're going to
What
see him
was he
tonight.
doing in the States then? What was he doing?
He's
Well,
doing a
that's-
film,
yeah,
so
Mackenzie.
yeah.
In fact, he probably is wearing a beard. He plays. We can't say too much about it. But he's playing a pirate, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, we make a good
okay,
point.
okay, okay.
So far, he's been cast as a pirate and a ghost, which seems to make sense.
Oh, dear.
So I'll be probably pumping in for information about Foxy because you know I'm a big fan of Foxy, as you know.
I know.
Both a DJ and a medical man.
I like that. I like the way that you got pumping and Foxy in the same sentence.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I loved him.
Calm down.
Stop
Did you just say
pumping
you're going to see him tonight? Is it Comedy Wars tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the big
it's so
do.
exciting.
Yeah.
You're going, obviously.
Yeah.
Of course.
What are you wearing? What are you wearing?
What are you wearing?
She's
Very
trying.
boring, I'm afraid.
What?
Very traditional tuxedos. aren't we?
Tuxedos. We went shopping together and bought them. It's quite sad. I don't know. I should have said that. Lost a certain degree of rock and roll.
It's
cool.
Well, it's funny,
cute.
because I
I
went
like it.
straight in, I went 42 chest, 36, 30 leg, that's fine, right? Steve, I had to stay there looking at Steve trying about 9 jackets so the arms weren't too short.
Yeah.
I suggested at one point go down to London Zoo and see what the gibbons wear. Because it's every single...
Those little jackets you see them wearing when there's an organ grinder. Now, who's making those?
I want one of those. He's 6'9".
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Have you got the cummerbunds and things? You've got.
Well, this is the thing. My father phoned up. You know, I have conversations with my parents, which are always they'll phone up and it'd be like, "All right, how's it going? Yeah. What are you having for tea? What are you having for tea? Probably having a lovely. I'll probably have a spaghetti bolognese tonight, Dad. Oh yeah. What have you had, Dad? Oh, your mother just made a lovely lasagna, Steve. I mean, it literally, that's the conversation. It's like, yeah, I think every parent is just, they're just interested in food that you've eaten, food you're planning to eat, food you've enjoyed in the past, because they just want to know you're eating.
That is
And then,
genius.
have you got enough vitamin C? Got enough vitamin C tablets? Because I can always send you some. I can buy them myself, Dad. I'll send you some. It's not a problem. Dad, I don't need to. Don't worry. So anyway, he says, what have you done? You know, and I'm trying to think. I think to myself, he'll be impressed if I bought a tuxedo. I say, I bought a tuxedo.
Will he like that? Yeah.
He's sorry, he was speaking so fast. Like, it's weird because I understood all the words, but I have no idea how he got from the sleeves were too short on his tuxedos to his parents calling him and asking him what he's been eating and if he's had enough vitamin C. Like, I followed everything, but I don't know when it happened. Like, where did that go wrong? Also, isn't he like a prime candidate for one of those big and tall stores? Like, this guy needs special clothes and special shoes, I imagine. At least to be comfortable. Look now that I'm talking about it, look at the shirt he's wearing here. Like, the sleeve is such a weird length. Is that supposed to be a long sleeve shirt? And it's just he's freakishly tall? Oh, man. But no, I mean, seriously, though. This guy needs a special kind of store because it's just not happening. And I don't remember. I know they just said it. Didn't process it. Is this those type of people that need a special mattress so their feet don't hang off because they're that freakishly tall? Also, I'll check that out later. Thank you.
He said you bought a tuxedo. Why didn't you rent it? I said, well, it was quite cheap. He went out cheap. Told him the price. He went, no, it's not bad, not bad. Elaine! You just bought a tuxedo! He just bought a tuxedo, Elaine! Yeah. He said, have you got a cummerbund? I said, a cummerbund. I said, do I need a cummerbund? He said,
okay.
Well,
I was like, a cover band? What? I was like, I know he's on the radio and he wanted to be a DJ and a lot of stuff, but what? What does that have to do with anything? Thank you. Cummerbunds. That don't look right. I don't want to talk about it.
Dancing? Well, you're going to be dancing?
Like he knows the
Like he knows, like he's some kind of, like, I don't think the man's ever worn a suit, let alone a tuxedo. What does he know about...
I love your dad.
Going to be dancing? I just the idea of him being at some kind of do, and right, Elaine, jacket's off, cummerbund's on, time for a dance.
You know a cummerbund? Do you wear it over your braces then? Because those things are... Because you're not wearing a belt, I assume.
You wear it under the braces, I think.
What are braces?
No, you don't.
Do you? I don't
wear
know.
it over it, don't you?
Over the belt, but braces is different.
There's no belt.
I can't think of the word.
Well, no,
There's
if
no
you...
belt in a tuxedo, is there?
No, you're right. No, you're right. It is over the braces.
Sorry, how many people tuned to XFM are worrying about the etiquette of cummerbunds?
But this is important because the Comedy Wars, which is going on, it's live tonight.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Well, that's
But I tell you this, Rick, I tried on the tuxedo I bought yesterday. I got a new shirt as well. I look like James Bond. I'm not going to lie to you. No, I do look like James Bond. I look exactly like him.
Those things. Because I've never heard braces to me are on the teeth, right? So I can think of the word in Spanish, but that's not going to help anybody. I used to have some, and I lost them. I don't know where they were. I don't know where they went. I really like those. I know there's a word for it, but I just can't. I can't. Damn it.
It's uncanny. It is uncanny.
Really? Because the bloke in there said you look like a lanky streak of piss, and I looked good.
No.
No, he did.
Because as you were walking out the shop, he called me back in and said, you know that...
I know, that was for show. That was for show. Because when, the very last time, when you
He
were
said you looked like Oddjob. He said you looked like Oddjob.
No, he said
you looked like Blofeld.
He said when you were definitely on the tube, he said
you looked like Blowjob. He said you looked like
freaky streak of piss with a stupid gingery blonde hair.
He said you look like a combination of Blofeld and Oddjob. You look like Blowjob. He said
is a lanky twat.
Well done, Claire. Because who needs to hear that?
XFM 104.9.
They calmed down.
That's in the top 5 for me, the singles of the year so far. Well, yeah, we're talking about, what are we talking about? Comedy Awards, your dad, cummerbund.
My father's cummerbund.
I'm sure it is over the braces, I think.
Yeah, well, if anyone knows that, if anyone knows the kind of rules.
So, are you actually wearing one?
Rules.
Are you actually wearing
a cummerbund? Well, I asked him, he said no, he said don't bother.
No,
but then
bother.
I'm thinking, what if I dance?
What?
If I do some grooving later?
You shouldn't.
Why not?
Well, I've seen
Love
you
it.
dance
Don't
before.
give me that.
No,
Don't give me that.
Look at his feet! They're ginormous! Oh my god!
No, wait. It's not that you're not a good dancer.
That dance you did in the office, that's your best dancing.
No, it's not that you're not a bad dancer. It's that I've seen you hit people in the face with your elbow.
So there's always going to be casualties.
Actually, Rick,
if someone's busting a good move, it's murder on the dance floor.
I've danced with Steve.
Have you?
Really?
One of indie discos at Uli.
There you are, you've never forgotten.
And he's good. He's
I am
alright.
pretty good, aren't I? Yeah.
He is
I tell
actually.
you, the only problem is because I'm so tall.
Because
Because I'm so tall, I do tend to tower like 2 foot above everyone else, and that does make me look slightly
freakish.
Okay.
I wasn't going to use that word, but I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So I do feel slightly self-conscious.
Why
so
don't you hold them? Why don't you carry them when you're dancing with them? So they're...
Well, no, but the thing is, because
then you could dance with Jeanette Cranky and still not look too weird.
Sure, but
that
the thing
would
is,
be weird, wouldn't it? You holding Jeanette Cranky and dancing with her. Would that be weird?
I think we've all had that fantasy.
Have
But
we?
what I tend to do is, because I'm conscious that everyone is can see me and that I'm sort of, I'm quite visible on the dance floor, what I'll tend to do is maybe dance on any kind of podium that they might have in some of the bigger dance clubs, or, any kind of stage. I just get out there, bust some moves.
Yeah.
Because then it's
Hit your
like,
hand
I
on
may
the
as well put
ceiling.
myself on public display.
Yeah.
Rather than just people think
Because then you're
really
going, look, I know what I look like.
Yeah, I
I'm
know how
proud of
great
it.
I look.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Because
Own it, that's
that's
great.
your opinion if you don't think it. But that's again a lot of jealousy. I mean, a lot of what you say is jealousy.
He went for the normal shirt. I went for the wing collar. I just thought I might as well.
I do
Like
like
it.
a wing collar, actually,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
What
that.
about a proper bow tie?
I
You had to tie yourself.
bought it. I went a bit berserk. I even bought Union Jack cufflinks because it's the British Comedy Awards.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Who's
So
hosting
Well,
it
more
this year?
money than sense.
Great.
yeah.
I mean, you're
Is
earning
that?
some sense.
That's not. Is that Steven doing bunny ears? Who's that? It's kind of look like old hands, though. The hands look small to be Steven's. If he's so ginormous, I mean, if his feet were huge, we just saw him dancing and his feet are gigantic. I mean, his hands should match, right? Just saying.
yeah.
I mean, you're earning so much cash now that you don't know what to do with it, aren't you? Really? I mean, I don't know
Union Jack
what it is you're
cufflinks.
spending on, but yeah.
I said how much. They went. I said not expensive enough.
Exactly.
I said I'm going to give you an extra tenner.
I gotta
Is
get
it
rid
true?
of it.
We're talking about when his dad said that, and then you told me something that I find amazing.
Oh, well, the
your-
thing is, it's Christmas, obviously I've got to go back to Bristol. I love seeing my family. Well, yeah, I do. But it means I see my grandparents, who are, brilliant people. I mean, lovely people, but mental.
Sounds like it.
I mean, utterly mental. And they've taken now there must be sort of 80 a piece. And it is quite an old age, but they're fairly good health, relatively speaking. And they just spend their time in bed. I mean, that's all they do, that's their profession. They've retired to go to bed.
They're protesting.
And they spend all the time in bed. I tell you what they're like. They're like that old they're like all that old family in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, none of them had got up for like 25 years.
Yeah.
And they
But you said that they go to bed and they go to sleep, but then when they wake up, what they do is put an extra pillow, so they're slightly more upright, and that's them in the day
That's
in
their,
bed.
that's their
active.
daytime
Yeah.
That's
thing.
But they get up and cook and stuff.
What
do they?
what they do is they've got about 6 teeth between them.
Oh.
I mean, my grandmother needs false teeth, but refuses to go and have the old ones extracted and the false teeth fitted. So she's working with about 3 or 4 teeth. My grandfather had false teeth given to him during the war.
Wooden ones.
Well, it was plastic teeth on a wooden pallet, right, that sits at the top of the
Yum.
mouth. He's still got the wooden pallet, but most of the teeth have come off. So there's about 4 teeth left, 4 false teeth. He's got a set of false teeth that make him look like he needs false teeth. I mean, that's pretty bizarre. So the problem is that they have to get up. They get up about 7 in the morning to put on, say, some beef or lamb, whichever they're going to cook. They put it on at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, so that by the time they eat it at 6 at night, they can use the phrase, this is what a good meal is for my grandparents, if they can use the phrase, oh, that's lovely, you could suck it away. You could suck it away. Who wants that from a roast dinner? You may as well blend it up and serve it as a broth.
I don't want that phrase coming from old people without teeth.
Indeed.
Because it must remind you of your rent boy days.
Exactly. It brings it all flooding back.
Oh, God. Flooding's the word.
Exactly.
Should we play a record before we get really disgusting about your grandparents and
Yeah,
blowjobs?
please,
That
please.
was the worst thing
We've said the word blowjob far too many times today.
And in the same sentence as I can't believe.
Anyway.
And it's Christmas.
Yes,
Yeah.
play a record.
Don't
Claire,
forget what
let's
Christmas is
go.
about.
Come on,
Activate
terrible
Claire.
for the underprivileged people.
Yeah.
Steve, is it Ben Queller? Do you want
I'd
to
love a
play
bit of Ben Queller. I don't know, are you a fan?
I love him.
Yeah, well, this is a cracking tune.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
and I think we'll
Cracking
enjoy that.
tune.
Let's just
Slam
Go
dunk
ahead.
it. It's
Why don't we
wicked.
just stop and think about what we've done? I'll tell you, they do spend so much time in bed that they actually, I'm sure war will have to cease. Ben Queller, in
That's
other words.
fantastic. That ending is, oh, God. It's like Ben Fold 5, bit of old out, and that's great.
You had him in session, didn't you, Claire?
Yeah,
Did
in
you
fact-
meet him, or did you... Because he's quite young, isn't he?
He's very young. He came in about 6 months ago to do something for John Kennedy, and I also a session for me, and I repeated it this week as a best of the year sessions, because he did 3 songs, stunning stuff.
It's just him and the piano, was it, or him and the guitar?
It was just him. Yeah. Him with a couple of instruments. Stunning. And also he did a Dingwalls gig for XFM listeners, and the reaction from the listeners phoning up trying to get tickets was incredible.
Really?
It really has touched a nerve.
Yeah.
And well, like you say, Ricky, I mean, it's really...
It's great.
Well, I just think we were talking, there's a kind of lack of music that sort of seems to be making use of instruments and just the sound you can make with a piano and a guitar and drums. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so invigorating, and you get kind of stuff like, you know, the Streets and whatever else, or, you know, kind of hip-hop and stuff. And I love the fact that a lot of, pleased to see Miss Dynamite on Top of the Pops last night using a live band. Really it really made her whole sort of R&B sound really exciting.
Better than the other one.
Anyway, that's us being Muso.
That's been terribly Muso, I like that.
That's been Muso for the year.
That's enough of that.
Well, we are playing our favourite records.
Well, it's nice to be able to talk sensibly without Carl interrupting with some gibberish. You know? I mean, bless him, bless him.
I don't see it as gibberish.
He's probably listening.
I mean, bless him, bless him.
He's probably listening on Sky or something.
Yeah, 864, channel 864, or around the world on xfm.co.uk. Get that in.
Is that what you have to do? What do you do today? You just go into the website, do you?
Go into the website, and click on...
I never get things like that to work on my computer.
Or you can go and check out the webcam, obviously, and see me in my camouflage gear.
Yeah. You won't see you, will you?
You won't see me, no.
Now, so what do you do? Just go into...
Hold up! Did she just say that there's a webcam pointing at them, that if somebody goes online in the moment, they can see them as well as hear them? Where is that footage? Where is it now? Is that always the case? Or is it like her personal webcam and she just wanted to be seen, so she set it up this day because she's there? Because, I mean, it's hard to believe that they did this and there's no footage of them. Also, the other day, MTV was there doing the little screen test. There is video footage. Release the footage. It's been 22 years. I think the world is ready to see it if it's not floating around somewhere. But I imagine it's not, because otherwise, you know, I imagine I would have gotten a link to some of it. But where is that? I want to see that. Maybe not particularly this episode with her in her what is it? Camo clothes? Camo outfit. But, I mean, like, I could be watching this instead of just listening. Like, obviously, it's wonderful that Rusty provides visuals and stuff, but where's the footage? I need to know. I don't know why lately I've been seeing so much. People are just, like, really reliving the past and stuff. So I've been seeing behind the scenes of shows from, like, the 90s or the 80s or stuff, and they're just now releasing stuff or interviews or things that, like, never before seen footage of 20, 30 years ago. And for some reason, it's very popular now. And I'm also seeing a lot of interviews of, like, actors and actresses that are, like, reliving, you know, one of their first movies or their most iconic movies from the 90s or whatever. And now they're, like, 60. And they make them, like, wear the outfits or talk about certain things. Like, they don't remember that much. Like, it's weird. It's weird how it's just, like, the nostalgia is just very popular right now, and everybody's just reliving the 90s. Instead of doing good stuff, they make trash now. So they're trying to recreate and, like, remake and just relive off the glory days. Make better stuff! But whatever.
The website, and what does it say? Play live online?
Yeah, listen
and it's
live.
just like listening down the phone line?
Yeah.
I sound like I've come from the 1950s,
yeah, exactly.
don't I?
You've come from the 19th century. What's this?
I'm not very, I was going to say something then, but I can't.
Can we just very quickly, before we move on, because I'm getting very excited about the Comedy Awards. Now, I know what you're wearing, and you've got a table with all your mates there. Is Jonathan Ross doing it again?
Yeah, that's why it's my favourite.
And
I hate awards. I do honestly hate them, but this is actually the
hosted
because it's
plenty.
Jonathan Ross. It's just
well, I was talking to someone about it, and I might mention it before, but we did an award ceremony. We went to an award ceremony last year where everything was sponsored by corporate groups, you know, by businesses or by, you know, different. It was a kind of, everything was sponsored. And I swear to God, the pudding was sponsored by Electrolux.
I freaking knew he was going to go back to the pudding.
I'd never eaten a pudding before sponsored by anyone. And it was, you know, it was a very odd affair, that. I thought that was very strange. Because it seemed as though corporate people had paid for a table so that so when we came out, someone came on stage and said, well, we've got a lovely number, a wonderful collection of celebrities here this evening.
Oh, God,
do you remember that?
And it was, please be upstanding for your chairman, Tom O'Connor. Yeah. We were made to give Tom O'Connor a standing ovation.
We had to stand up so we could give Tom O'Connor, former presenter of Crosswits, a standing ovation. We're talking about the cream of British TV talent, giving him a stand-up. Not that he doesn't deserve it, I'm sure he's a great entertainer. But I think Sir Cliff was there, wasn't he?
See the back of the stage this week?
I don't want to talk about it, it's too embarrassing.
Why?
Tom O'Connor's on there, thanking Mel Young, the BBC, for giving him a part in Doctors.
Yeah.
I love that. He had to take out a whole page. It's so sweet.
He obviously spent the fee being paid for the show. He's just so pleased to be back on TV.
What, an advert? He said
a whole page thanking the BBC for having him back on telly. But we're laughing, but it's going to happen to you in about a year's time.
Exactly. Oh, God.
Anyway, I just want to know, bad behaviour. Who do you think's going to behave badly this year? Because
I don't think anyone.
We've had, you know...
Well, we had the
Barrymore and Clary.
Clary, the fisting.
Does that happen?
Barrymore throwing his monitor.
That was funny.
Okay. Irrelevant to then, but apparently I didn't read it because I don't care. But rumor has it, and I think it's David Grohl that put it out, that he, like, cheated on his wife years ago and has an illegitimate child or something. Like, something really messed up, and everybody's really mad at him now. And I don't know how that got out or what happened or if he said it or because everybody's like, he was saying it. And it's funny because there was this meme because it was such a moment that Linkin Park had just introduced the new vocalist, the lady, I can't remember her name, but like that was news that was everywhere for like a week. And then there was this meme of just like a train, like that was the car, the Linkin Park, and then a train comes hitting it and it's David Grohl being horrible. And it just took all the spotlight away from Linkin Park. That's so unfortunate. That sucks. Like for them, right? Because it was a big moment for them after so many years, and now everybody's just talking about David Grohl and just his messes. But I can't remember why I'm saying this. It's something they said, but whatever.
Clary, the fisting and Barrymore throwing his monitor.
That was
Who's naughty? There we go.
What was she? She's heck
there's
about
not any of the kind of. There's not really any sort of. There's not really any kind of wayward people at the moment, is there, in showbiz? In terms of entertainment comedy, there's no one who sort of seems to have a drunk or drugs problem.
I'm worried
sadly.
about Ricky.
Sadly,
I'm worried that something might take hold. The devil may care.
No, I think he's very careful. He's a bit careful. Yeah. He's so. I mean,
too tired.
Yeah,
too tired. Shout and scream.
You have been kind of coughing and wheezing throughout today's show.
I had a fight, didn't I?
Oh, we should talk about the fight. Yeah, we can't give out the result. We can't give the result out on the fight, but
I've got a cough.
It wasn't live. What do you mean you can't give out the result? Wasn't it for? Whatever.
Off again. I'm scared I'm allergic to something. What if I'm allergic to... I was worried today that...
What if you're allergic to wheat?
Oh, no. Well, that'd be terrible. But I was worried, what if I'm allergic to my cat?
Get rid of it.
Oh, no.
Well, it seems that easy, but...
Well, it is that easy.
No.
throw it out the window. That's how I sort out that. I'm not a trained doctor, but that's how I sort that one out.
I just like to apologise for any,
But they always land on their feet, don't they, cats? So that would be fine.
Do,
and it's got 9 lives, so if it lands on a spike, it'll be fine.
Oh, don't. Yeah. What happened to me?
Because you can't laugh, because of the fight in the ribs.
Oh, yeah,
Because you took quite a I have to say, though, that I remember we were talking on the radio about what Ricky should come out to for the big match. For those that don't realise, Ricky at Christmas, there's a TV show on. Ricky, don't know why, even to this day, why you agreed to do it.
Nor do I.
But he's doing a celebrity boxing match, fighting, and he was described at the beginning of the fight, Rick. I don't realise if you I don't know if you know this. He was described as entrepreneur Grant Bovey, husband of Anthea Turner. I don't know what that means exactly.
Well, he does bits of business, actually.
Businessman.
Sure. Yeah, businessman, entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But
like Arthur Daly.
What was I described as?
Yeah, you were described as I think fat funny man.
Oh, right,
he might be something like that,
really?
or a comedian and actor. But Ricky came out to Mama Said Knock You Out by LL Cool J.
Nice.
I don't know whose suggestion it was. I think it might be mine, but it was blinding. And I noticed you were really. They'd obviously. I mean, it was ludicrous. Really, you came out in the shorts. You had the.
Well, I was acting up.
I know, but you really were.
They were going. Don't you laugh? Don't you laugh? All my corner. And I think I overdid it, didn't I?
Well, he was kind of prowling around the ring, staring staring Bovey out and staring the crowd out.
So embarrassing.
And kind of looking really. But of course he's got this ludicrous beer belly. Do you know what I mean? So it looks like Johnny Vegas is
training I was supposed to do.
Yeah. And Bovey looks quite a sort of athletic guy.
He's really
so he
fit.
looks
Well,
like he could
Vegas,
actually
why'd
be
they
a
bring
boxer.
him into this?
But did you have like obviously they're filming it for telly. Did you have the production crew saying, right, stop, cut, can you just throw that punch again?
No, it was a real fight.
They just
So it really
let them go.
I think people are going to be surprised. I think they're going to see it's a real fight.
And I tell you, it's unpleasant. I mean, it's actually an unpleasant
Okay,
thing.
well, I'll tell you now what Carl said, because Carl was there, and he said to me, I can't do his accent. He went, oh no, it wasn't nice. It wasn't nice.
No, it was, although I have to say, I was really kind of riled up by it. I mean, I've never been to a fight before, and I just was like, come on! I was like, smash his face! I was really shouting, I was just going crazy.
Shouting for me, though, were you?
No, I was shouting for, then I decided to try and freak everyone, so I was shouting, kiss him, snog him, lick him, ask him out! I was shouting that in a vain attempt to throw someone, and, it was extraordinary, but I tell you, I think you'd be better off, like, if they sort of brought back wrestling from the 70s, like Big Daddy and Haystack.
Dude, I got a bunch of comments saying that they didn't mention the fight anymore. Is it because you guys skipped the Claire episodes that you think they didn't mention it? Because a lot of people told me that it wasn't mentioned after the actual fight. Dude, they've been talking about it a lot.
McManus.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Because I think you've got more the physique for wrestling.
I think I'm too young for wrestling on British
they were always
television.
about 65.
I think they're 58, one of them, Les Keller.
Yeah, but the outfits are fun.
Oh, they get, a bit too tight, weren't they?
Yeah, and it was always that kind of shiny, whatever preceded lycra.
I know, with just a little winkle showing.
Little winkle.
Little man with a little winkle in their tight shorts.
Why were you looking? Oh, I've done you.
Oh, play a record.
I've done you. I want answers, please. I'm not one of them. You're not looking at mine now.
Oh, man. So they do talk about it. You guys are crazy.
Those are the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they're still going strong.
I do not like that band.
Yes.
That's one of my favourite tunes of the year.
You
like
enjoyed that? Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
These are all mutual. We love them all. We're not.
That band has one sound. It's one thing to hear a song and recognize like a voice or something and know what band it is, even though if you never heard the song before, because either the singer has a really particular voice or they have like a vibe about them. But the Red Hot Chili Peppers have like one song that they just copy pasted into all their other songs. That is it. They have legit one sound, one song. Just it's all the same. And I've heard a lot. Okay, don't come at me of I only heard 3 songs. No. I've heard a lot. I just personally, not my thing. Don't like it.
We're not
Absolutely,
really,
yeah, no,
we're
we're
not
not.
annoying each other by putting in
Not
songs
at all.
the other one doesn't like.
Not
We're
at
like a
all.
team today, isn't it? I think that's the Christmas spirit. I don't know what it is.
We've come together, we're sort of unified, yeah. Yeah, in the absence of Carl.
Yeah.
Who often divides us, he often comes between us.
Does he?
Like, yeah, well, I'll tell you what
Yeah.
it's like a child. Like, it's like we're a married couple and he's sort of our autistic child or something, you know, and sometimes it just puts a
Autistic,
strain on
why?
the marriage. You know, we all three of us love each other. You know.
Because he does love you guys.
Yeah, exactly, but sometimes it's hard,
I hear
you
him
know.
talking about you in the office sometimes, you know. He looks up to, he aspires to you too.
But it's times like this because
Yeah.
of to be honest, the baby
Cute.
Jesus that we realise that there's beauty in everyone and it's all right.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Exactly, he's never had that before.
No.
Well, I have to say that I'm really getting into the Christmas spirit. When I was younger, I didn't really enjoy it. I was quite cynical. I was quite,
You're
rock and roll.
joking.
But now I'm sort of, I walk in a department store, and if there's one of the old, chestnuts are roasting on an open fire, which that classic tune, or any
I
of
thought you
those,
were one of those old boys that stand outside the British Museum.
right, yeah.
No, right, you mean the tune, yeah.
That one, or how does it go? Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Chestnuts roasting on. Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
But I can't get enough of them. I love it. I'm in the department store, you know, it's frosty outside, you know, it's warm in there.
Have you ever roasted your chestnuts on an open fire?
I have never done that. No, I have not done that.
Just backing up to it, like that, with your little chestnuts hanging out like a bulldog.
What would you be wearing? You probably just, I imagine you'd have your dressing gown on, you'd just hiked it up,
just
slightly,
put it
so your
up,
arse was showing.
Pop them down, like, tuck it in like a lovely lady.
Yeah.
So like a lovely lady from the front, but behind, it looks like a bulldog dragging a tree.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just pop them in the grate.
Yeah, and you would, because you want to be careful of too much roasting, so I imagine you'd want to just kind of ease yourself in slowly.
Lightly toast them.
And if it feels
I love
too
how
hot,
Claire isn't a part of
get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
You know, that's, if any kids are listening, try that.
No! What? No!
Like there's a kid thinking, I'm going to roast my chestnuts on an open fire. I don't think there's even a child that's doing that.
I don't want someone to do it, and then the parents go, and Steve Merchant's told our children to do it. We're probably we're probably in trouble now because of that.
Where's the kid going to find an open fire like those? I mean, it has to be the sort that they use, those kind of barrels. It can't just be open fire at home. That doesn't count. That's just stupid. If you're going to do it properly.
Dear. Oh no! We're having such a nice time there.
We've loaded the time. I'll tell you what'll perk us all up there. Richard Anderson has emailed us.
He's loving the show, is he?
Well, I don't know if you've heard this, Carl. Carl, I've called you Carl.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm Claire, pleased to meet you.
Is it the shaved head or the stupidity?
Yeah. It was the k sound. Because didn't I call you Arthur or Jack or something last time?
You called me,
I can't remember.
I don't know, but it was quite embarrassing.
Claire, I'll be honest with you, Claire's quite an unmemorable name.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, Dickie Anderson, he's a guy, I'll be honest with you, he's not a big fan of the show. But he's...
Why does he think that that's making things better? And I love how his excuse is, no, it's the k sound, right? I called you Arthur last time. What? You fool.
Well, we're getting to winning round. He says, dear Ricky, the more disappointing your show becomes, the more I seem to look forward to it. Now I see your face plastered across London. Is your show some sort of curse put on me by an old gypsy woman I've annoyed? You know, good point, Dickie, but,
Dickers.
But Randers, as I call it.
Yeah. He can't listen now, I know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's tucked him in, he's backing into the fire as we speak, and he wants to roast them until they spit. Oh dear. Thanks for listening, Anders.
It's a Merry Christmas to you and Happy New Year.
And as you know, you've got a lot to look forward to, because our first hour is always the best.
That's exactly
so you're going to be loving it till 3, cockers. Oh dear. What should we play?
Well, this is, every so often I get sent a CD by a friend of mine, Harry, who just sorts me out with tunes that I may have missed.
That's such a good idea, by the way.
It is a great idea, and this is one that I think it came out this year. It's a Teenage Fan Club, and they teamed up with Jad Fair, and I think it's a mixed bag, the album, apparently, but this is one of the good tunes on it, Near to You.
Never heard of him.
I'm afraid your CD isn't working. Oh, no.
On the radio!
Oh, it's not me, Steve, honestly, keep stopping.
It looks like it's you.
No, honestly.
You're pressing buttons, you're fiddling with buttons.
No, come back again, look.
Right, you can't play that.
Look,
that's embarrassing.
This never happens when Carl's here.
It does.
It does, you're right, yeah.
No, it does. I tell you what, I'll swap it into another CD machine. Can we play Oasis?
It's another one of my favourites. The Oasis back on form.
Yeah, Rick, I'm not discrediting the tune. I just feel like
Steve's not.
No, it was a good hour. It was a good hour of radio, and it's just been cheap.
Actually, you're right. It's just gone 2 o'clock, and already.
Starting to fall apart.
Well, this doesn't
bode well for the Comedy Awards.
This is a good anthem. This is a good Britpop anthem.
Anthem.
Old Noel back on form with the old singer-songwriting. This is Little by Little, and Oasis. He's a giant. He's like a giant, isn't it? And he's a giant, and he starts off little and gets bigger.
Wow.
Little by little, he gets
little by little, but bigger by bigger, I'd have called it.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes you a genius.
Award-winning.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oasis, Little by Little.
Little by Little. Do you want to explain who you are?
We played some great tunes. I'm Ricky Gervais.
No, I'm Steve Merchant, and that's Claire Stewart, just standing in the car park. It's XFM 104.9.
Yeah. And
playing the great tunes.
Was it on Sky?
Channel 864. Ricky, people are saying they can't see on the webcam. You just stick a leg up or something, just so they... that's his foot.
Was it just on you, is it? Oh, because most...
But they can't see me because I'm in camouflage, so it's not very interesting.
So it is her webcam.
Does anyone log online?
I don't know how does the webcam look? I've not ever seen on a webcam. Is it just kind of, because normally aren't they kind of really sort of, jarring and stuff?
Does it take pictures like a digital camera?
It's every 15 seconds it updates.
Right, okay.
You get a still picture.
It still, is it right? I see.
Okay.
Right. Oh, it's still pictures, is it? I didn't realise that.
Yeah, every 15 seconds, yeah.
So they can't actually see, you know, like if I was to bust some amazing dance moves.
No, they
would just see.
Well, if you did it every 15 seconds like you move, they could then print them off and do like a flicker book.
Oh, that's fun.
Amazing.
They could see doing windmills and, you know, really,
King Tuts.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah, scissor kick.
I'm running out of steam now, Steve. A bit tired.
Are you?
So I've got 15 minutes to do. So we better think of something to say. Or
Well, I genuinely was going to ask you because obviously Christmas is approaching, and I've not even started to think about Christmas gifts. So I don't know how you're getting on, Claire.
I never do.
But because Claire, you're aware of what Ricky bought his family last year, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know, I am, because he told me and I've completely forgotten.
It's extraordinary. It is extraordinary. I mean, how much thought and planning went into it?
Right, I was pressed for time.
How many kids were there? How many people
I
were there?
was pressed for time is already, like, no. That's a horrible excuse. I was pressed for time this is gonna be bad. All right?
This is it. I've got a big family, okay? Well, not big, but I mean, they've got lots of kids. So I'm sort of youngest in my siblings, and so they've got kids ranging from like 30 to babies, and there's about 15 of them.
And you buy them all?
Yeah, I'll go try and get them. All.
Nice.
So what
is it? Wait.
So I got a lift down. And I thought, what can I get? I thought, I can't just give him the money.
I'll stop you there straight away, if I may.
What?
You notice he's on the way down for Christmas Day.
Oh, right, so he's on the... Oh, right!
He's on the way down. This is when he starts... Boxing Day. So this is when he starts to think about buying them a gift.
Yeah.
On you go.
Yeah.
So, I was getting a lift, and, Matt was giving me a lift down, so, just before we got there, I just ran across the road to the 7-Eleven, got 200 quid worth of scratch cards.
Scratch cards. Scratch cards.
That's actually
Bear in
not
mind,
bad.
I think you were describing the family then. I noticed, some of them you described as babies.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So, children?
Yeah.
You're giving the children the gambling cards.
But that's lovely. I give them 10 each, so they could have won thousands of pounds. A lot of them were disappointed when they won nothing, but I said, kids, that's the gamble.
That's the risk you take when you receive a gift from me.
There you go.
But the great thing about getting
some of them won.
I actually,
Some of them won.
it's not that bad of an idea. I would have enjoyed that. I love those things. Yeah, it'd be disappointing, you know, if you didn't win, but it's kind of like a game, I guess. It's fun in the moment.
But the great thing about getting kids hooked on gambling as a Christmas gift is it's the gift that keeps on giving.
There you go.
Yeah.
Throughout your adult life.
It gives and it takes.
Exactly,
So it's fair.
yeah.
I didn't hand them to children, I handed them to the parents.
Right, what they
could
chose to do them
They could
with them.
distribute them as they wanted.
Sure.
So what are you going to
And,
do this year, Ricky?
But how are you going
What's
to
the
top
plan?
that?
Yeah.
300 quid worth of scratch cards. I've got a bit of money now, a bit of what?
It's the most thoughtless,
And the office on
pikey gift I've
DVD.
ever heard
I
of.
think they might be getting the office on DVD. Signed.
So that's already set
The
it up in
weather.
value.
Oh dear. I know, that's pretty bad.
So have you seriously considered...
It's bad, but I was expecting worse. I think I'm just okay, it's bad, and I think it's just not that bad to me because I enjoy them. Because I actually like them. But okay. Maybe as, like, a 3-year-old, yeah, it's pretty bad. There were 30-year-olds. Yeah, it's bad. It's just, well, it was that or nothing, right? I mean, it's still better than nothing. Right?
Did it this year?
No, I'm going to go shopping. I'm going to go shopping properly.
I don't
Yeah.
believe
If you want any help, I am the
Didn't
queen
you take
of
a small
shopping.
roulette wheel down there one year? Genuinely, didn't you buy like a roulette wheel?
No, I had it. That's down there from when I got it when I was about 10.
Oh, right.
And sometimes I'm the banker. I always win.
Yeah, of course.
But they've got to learn a lesson. The banker always wins. I bet it's a valuable lesson when they lose money to me.
You should just go down this year and just say, basically, I went to a casino, I put £10 chip on for everyone,
Exactly, yeah.
here's the winnings, you lost, you won.
Yours came in, yours was a donkey, love. Yeah.
But Steve, what about you then? Because I mean, you don't like shopping,
Well,
do
it's
you?
not that I don't like shopping, it's
You're
that
cheap.
I've got no ideas. You know, I'm running on empty with my parents. They don't appear, as far as I can make out, they don't
Okay.
appear to have any hobbies.
No.
Oh, his mom's
As far as I
tall!
can make out.
Wow. Wait, his mom's taller than his dad? Wow. Why does he have those crazy eyes? Like, if ever there were a moment to not have crazy eyes, I imagine it'd be, you know, posing on a red carpet with your parents. But okay.
They don't appear to have any hobbies.
You know what he's got? He's got his father's glasses.
No.
I said before, my grandparents...
You don't like wasting money. I'm not being funny, but you don't like wasting money either, do you?
Well, I don't like wasting money, no. But I like to buy something practical for people. I like something which is going to last, something that's value for money. I don't like novelty gifts.
Yeah.
No, I think novelty gifts are wrong.
I've mentioned to you that my grandparents spend all their time in bed. So there's only so many
Get
kind of,
dentures!
sort of bed socks you can buy, you know, and ointment for, you know, bed blisters and so on before, you know, you run out of ideas.
What about some of those novelty teeth? Because that would be, you know, a nice jokey present, and they could probably come in useful for chewing the broccoli.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, do you know what would be nice? One of those... No, I'll tell you when... No,
Go on.
one of those sort of travel pillows. So, you know when you're travelling and your head sort of falls down like...
No, but
they travel from vertical to almost horizontal.
They're sitting up in their bed.
Get on one of them beds that come up. You're not made of money. What am I talking about?
Like Thora Heard's bed. Thora Heard's bed.
Does her feet ever touch the ground now? Do you know what I mean, though?
No, it's literally...
She goes shopping in one of those little trolleys. She goes straight into her room. She's up the stair lift. She gets lowered into the bath.
Yeah. It's
terrible.
Ludicrous. I just lazy. I mean, I tell you that, but I mean...
Well, there's a whole idea...
But yeah, but if you're earning the kind of money that, you know, that Heard is on, you know, with her songs of praise and whatever else.
Under the sofa,
exactly.
Money for
she was at the Comedy Awards last year, wasn't she?
Well, I'll give her an award. She's up the stairs like a greyhound. She can move then. Yeah.
What, is she an actress?
But so I've got no ideas. Absolutely no ideas.
Did it say and I missed it?
But so any suggestions are welcome, Claire. What are you going to get your family? You've already thought this through.
No, I obviously can't tell you because they will be
listening.
listening.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't say that on the radio.
But they're all outside at the moment because my family are coming to meet me after the show and we're going to swap presents then because...
okay.
Outside.
Are there any Office
in Leicester
DVDs?
Square? No, I haven't.
Books?
No.
Because I should point out that the Office DVD is currently available. Good,
I actually did go and buy... I actually went and bought it myself.
You also buy it
and
online.
I am enjoying the scripts, by the way.
Excellent. That's in... I love the fact that we're authors in the top 10.
Yeah, we're in the top 10 bestseller list.
No, but to be fair, we're at number 7 in the paperback non-fiction. Now, I don't understand how that can be non-fiction.
Yeah.
Because it's the transcript from a made-up television
it's not a real
show.
documentary.
Exactly, yeah. But we're beating these poor people.
But we're officially best-selling authors.
I think that's fantastic.
Which is excellent. Which is very good.
My favourite bits are the emails at the start. I like them.
Well, I mean, a lot of people don't know what you're talking about, Claire, but of course if they pop down to Waterstones or Books Etc, they can sort themselves out there with a copy of it.
Oh, dear.
Nice. I like your style. Can we have some more music now?
Let's have, what we're playing? So Streets maybe? I mean, Streets is obviously one of the albums of the year, and this is one of the
album of the year.
They talk over each other so
I think
much.
the last single, and Dynamite it is too.
They're really hyper. There's definitely... I know I mentioned this before the last Claire episode, and some people in the comments were like, nah, that's just not accurate. Nah, there's definitely a different energy level and a different hyper level when she's here. And there's nothing anyone can say that can't convince me it's not because... girl, woman! And like the alarms are going off in their head, like Inside Out. It is. It's different. Definitely.
Eric Sermon, and what's the tune called there?
It's called React. Yeah, he's got from his debut. No, not his fourth solo album.
Not bad.
I'm enjoying the tunes, Steve.
No, absolutely.
I'm enjoying the chat. I'm enjoying the tunes. I'm
keeping it real.
I'm enjoying the penultimate show before Christmas.
Last message from Anders, I suspect,
Anders.
for the day.
Again?
He says, I've just roasted my chestnuts over an open fire. It's a lot more enjoyable than listening to your show.
He's
pretty snappy, is Anders.
Yeah,
you know, he keeps them coming. You know.
Oh my god.
It's a shame that, you know, that we sort of couldn't sort of maybe meet up with him and try and persuade him that, you know, he should come over to our side rather than, you know...
Come over to the side.
Exactly.
Yeah, come over to this side.
I think we've got him, though, because, I mean...
Do you think so?
Yeah, apparently they did this survey in America. People who loved Howard Stern listened to an average of, like, an hour and a half a week, and people who hated him listened 2.5 hours a week.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think he's probably more faithful a listener
yes.
than some of the people that quite like us.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got to listen... I'm the same with some people. I've got to listen to things that I just think are awful. I can't... You know, it's compulsive viewing. So, you know, I don't care if people listen to us because they hate us or like us.
No, indeed, as long as they're listening.
I was on the tube...
As long as they're spending money on the advertisers.
Other day, yeah, I was on the tube the other day, and obviously there's lots of pictures of you guys, and there was a young couple, and the guy was trying to explain to the girl what you did, and he said, "No, you should check them out. They do quite well, actually."
Really? That's very sweet.
Why was he explaining to her? She didn't know what was happening, or
I don't know. I sort of, as I walked by them.
Are you leaving out the fact that she went, "Oh, I hate that bloke"?
No, not at all. No, because I would say that because that would be quite.
He had some Germans laughing at him on the tube because they recognised him. You don't think of that?
Well, because obviously Ricky doesn't travel on the tube anymore. He's too rich for that.
I never did. I always thought it was beneath me.
Sure, but
they used to walk everywhere, didn't they?
But I'm still forced to. I'm still forced to take the tube, and I sat on the tube, and it pulled up, and outside the window, just happened to be on the station, was one of the posters with us. So I was kind of there, not realising it was behind me, and these big kind of fat German or maybe Bavarian guys.
Well, they're in lederhosen eating sausages.
Yes, they were.
They're Bavarian.
Yeah, they were. And I noticed one of them kind of looked at me, then looked at the poster, then looked at me, just happened to say it, and wittered something to his friend in German. You know, I don't want to try and do an impression.
No.
That's
freaking goggle-eye.
Oh, wow.
I think that... No, but I know what you're thinking it means. It doesn't mean that.
Right, okay.
It means...
What's a rough translation?
Elegant boy.
Right, okay. Yeah.
There you go.
And so anyway,
That's freaking goggle-eye.
He pointed out the poster, and his
That's
mate...
lanky piss and streak.
And his mate burst into laughter. And then we pulled
they've got a great sense of humour, the Germans.
Well,
that's the thing.
But we rumbled onto the next. We rumbled onto the next station, and the poster was in exactly the same place. And this time they tapped the shoulder of someone else on the train and pointed me out, and that person also.
An Italian. Yeah, there was a French. Was there a bloke with a beret and a little moustache on the other side?
Yeah.
Was it United?
There's this interview of Rowan Atkinson that I absolutely love. I believe it's on the Graham Norton show, and he's telling a story about how he's somewhere, I don't know where, and somebody comes up to him and tells him, "You know, you're the spitting image of that Mr. Bean guy, right?" And Rowan's like, well, that's me. And the other guy didn't believe him. Like, he didn't believe him, but he was trying to convince him, you know, to do look-alike work that he could make money doing that. Like, dude, what the hell? Humans, again. Humans are fun.
Did you get on the United Nations Express? Just to... Oh, imagine that.
Yeah, it was fake.
See the freak? Look at his freaky goggle eye.
Right, whereas I love the fact that before you were at least pretending to be speaking German. Now this is an Italian with an accent. It's just a guy speaking perfectly good English.
Same.
You've not even disguised the insult there.
Oh dear. Oh, that'd be lovely.
Try and insult me in other cod languages.
You could bring Europe together if they just like, instead of Esperanto, that there was just one common language. The language of freaky goggle eye.
I'll tell you what would bring the Europe together is you maybe representing England on the Eurovision Song Contest.
That would be great.
With a self-penned tune.
Shall I do that?
That would be magnificent. It's got to be worth thinking about.
Just about everyone being the same.
Yeah,
and,
just
like,
about people being equal.
Everyone, not
and also mentioning the euro. Yeah.
Yeah. Just doing that. I like all different cheeses.
Oh, je t'aime la musique pop.
Yeah.
La baby belle. Et le cheddar. I mean, I'm not fluent French.
Le grand fromage.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be lovely, wouldn't it? And they'll all be there, all in their different.
Well, every line
uniforms.
could be maybe in a different language.
Yeah, and what would I wear? I'd wear sort of like a kilt.
You'd wear a kilt.
Okay.
But you'd also have on your head one of those kind of big, what are they called? Those big furry hats that beefeaters or whatever wear. Or
yeah, one of them.
Is it kind of a busby or something? A busby?
Yeah.
Wear one of those. Or maybe a policeman's helmet.
That'd be
Bobby's
good.
helmet with the kilt.
Yeah.
You'd have the clogs.
I'd wear the policeman's helmet under the kilt, so they just thought I was really enjoying the show.
Yeah. Good idea.
Hey?
Excellent. We talked. Well, I think we talked for about 3 minutes without having to mention some kind of genitalia.
We should celebrate by playing one of my tunes of the year.
Really? What one is it?
U2 Electrical
Oh,
Storm.
I know you're a big fan.
Yeah, no, good choice. Well done.
Cheers.
Well done. There you go.
Electrical Storm. U2. I think that's my favourite of the year. If I had to pick one, that's great. And I do still feel slightly guilty about dissing them throughout the 90s. But, you know.
Don't feel guilty if you didn't
No,
like it.
I like the
them
80s stuff. I didn't like the 90s stuff. I'm loving what they're doing in the
I think you're a
noughties.
bigger man than them, frankly, for being able to admit your past mistakes. I think you're better than Bono, despite all his charity work.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're more of a noble
Yeah,
figure.
stop bothering the Pope, he's busy.
Exactly.
U2 doesn't make music anymore, does it? I personally don't, like, follow them as a band, so I don't know. But there's a lot of bands that I thought that they weren't doing music anymore, and oh, yes, they are. They're freaking 80-year-old mummies on stage and stuff. Like the other day, who was it? One of the Rolling Stones. Maybe it was Mick Jagger. I can't remember. It was Mick Jagger. And there was another one too that wasn't Mick Jagger, but they're like people in their freaking 80 long, and they're still on stage shaking it. Some of them look great, don't get me wrong, but some of them, you can like see the strings, okay? It's time to retire. So I don't know, is U2, where does U2 fall in that? I haven't seen a picture of Bono in years.
Oh, yeah? Rick, my mother always used to say to me that you should write and thank your aunties and so on for their gifts. Yeah. And I feel like we should take a moment out just to thank all the people that have emailed or written into us during the year, because we're very lazy men and we never reply.
Well,
really.
I never look.
You never look at the emails.
You read them and I go anything from me and you go...
I reply very occasionally if I think it's worth it.
You're like my secretary when it comes to... You protect me from, like, people who...
The insults and so on.
Yeah. Are there any insults, are there?
Oh, there's plenty. There's plenty, yeah.
Do you have to protect him, really?
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, there's lots of things I don't tell him. Lots of things I keep from him.
It's not very nice. I thought... Right.
Well, he's just not as popular as he thinks he is.
Oh.
He thinks that when he's, like, dancing around and making funny faces and squawking and making noises and stuff when we're filming, he thinks that everyone thinks that's enjoyable.
Yeah. What, people think I'm quite an annoying little prat, do they?
That's not the word they use, but you're near enough there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, they didn't say prat, but you're on the right lines.
Okay.
For instance, we got an email here from Graham. He says, please stop the chat and let's hear some more great ads, as I'm still not sure what mobile phone I should get the wife for Christmas.
Well, maybe this'll help you out.
For lack of actually having a good comeback, actually putting the ads is funny.
Just having fun with the webcam.
Sorry. Yeah. We're just playing with the webcam.
The webcam's an absolute treat.
That is a lovely picture.
There's a little picture there of Steve on
That's
it.
lovely.
Right.
That keep the ladies happy.
That was Feeder.
If I know them.
Great.
What happened?
Yeah, no, that's one of my favourite tracks of the year as well.
Feeder, you've enjoyed that?
Which is what we're doing. God, it's gone quickly. It's only quarter of an hour to go.
Yes, indeed, yes. Carl will be back next week for our kind of Christmas bonanza. I say that, we've got nothing planned. There's no reason why it should be a bonanza.
That'd be nice, yeah.
But we'll play some Christmas tunes, and no doubt Carl will have some kind of festive game for us, maybe, or a festive, some festive trivia.
A couple of new games. I mean, he's struggling with Rockbusters, which we've missed this week. Educating Ricky, he thinks there's nothing out there. All he could find was a parrot and a dog in a car wash.
Yeah, you can't find any more interesting
Still
stuff.
a little bit upset that we told him about intelligent crabs and babies forcing their...
That picture's so good. The crab with I love it. I love that picture. It's hilarious. I don't like crabs and it looks disgusting, but just the fact that it has a little chippy on his head is just too cute.
Wow.
Yeah, we stitched him up last week by telling him some what we claimed were facts.
Oh, because I was out shopping, so I missed it. Yeah,
right, yeah. Well,
then.
You know,
he sort of believes everything that's weird and wonderful. And we just made up this story. So I said two bodybuilders got married and she had a baby, but it after 6 months or 7 months she was in bed asleep and she woke up in terrible agony where the baby where it had born, the bodybuilder, had forced its way out of the vagina and was pulling her along by the umbilical cord.
Yeah.
And intelligent crabs and stuff like this, and he was genuinely disappointed.
Yeah, that they weren't true.
But he came up with a new idea. What I'm gonna do is tell him 3 things.
Yeah.
One of which is
fun,
made up and ludicrous, and 2 incredible facts.
Love it.
And it's called That's Ricky-diculous.
I love it.
So he has to go. Number 3 is Ricky-diculous. It's a winner.
Yeah.
Please tell me they actually do this, because this is awesome. I like the idea, but I feel like Ricky's so much of an ass that he says that that's what the game would be, but then he actually does tell 3 lies. Just to, further prove how gullible and silly Carl can be.
Yeah.
Carl always comes up with the title first. You don't have to work the game show out from the title.
Have you started work on That's Ricky-diculous yet?
No, I've thought of a couple of things.
It is great. It's so much fun to say, isn't it? Ricky-diculous.
Yeah, that's Ricky-diculous. You're correct. Basically, it's like Call My Bluff, isn't it, really?
It's not unlike Call My Bluff. It's not unlike Bluff.
It's unlike Bluff.
Certainly,
yeah.
You've,
So,
I now know why he never mentioned he was on Blockbusters. I saw that. He got just wrecked, dude. Yes, he got a pen and whatever, but he got wrecked. And they also had to prove how tall he was, just because, why not? I get it now, sir. I get it.
Yeah, we've had Oasis, Streets, we've had U2, we've had some cracking tunes. Can we get away with playing Nelly?
Hot in Here?
Yeah.
I think it's a cracking tune, I really do. I just think, again, you know, I'm not interested in what genre you think it fits into, or whether you think it's cool, or because kids like it, you're not supposed to like it. It's a good tune, and I think we should try and stick it in. But before that, Rick, can I just play one track? We did play it much earlier in the year. It's from that album, Son of Evil Reindeer, by a band called The Reindeer Section, and this is a cracking little tune. I just think it's beautiful, and nice to hear it.
Oh, beautiful, marry it then. Oh.
Nice, isn't it? Very Christmassy.
It makes me want to wish everyone a happy Christmas.
Indeed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, do it.
No.
No, okay. That's called Grand Parade from the album Son of Evil Reindeer by The Reindeer Section. It's a nice tune. It's one of my favourites of the year.
By the way,
not
Steve.
at all, no. That's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Claire, just big highlights of the year for you as a final round-up? Sort of things have you enjoyed this year? I mean, musically maybe, or maybe stuff you've, you know...
I've enjoyed that band, The Music.
Okay.
And The Rapture.
Sure.
And the Electric Six. Remember last time I sat in for Carl, we played Danger High Voltage.
Yeah.
One of the first
That
times.
was the first time I'd heard it, you played that.
And now we're playing it every hour.
Yeah, because you're sort of a pioneer, aren't you, musically on XFM? You're one of the people who keeps it pretty raw.
the early days of Idlewild. Ricky, do you remember the early days of Idlewild?
I'll take that back as well. Teasing you about them playing the Pinder and Wakefield stuff. That latest single I love, and the video's great as well.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Idlewild now.
You'd
no, great,
brilliant.
Yeah.
So it's been a good year. I haven't been out to many gigs, obviously, because I do the evening show. But you know, all the sessions which I'm doing the best of next week. Quick plug for the show next week. Best of the sessions. So it's been good year.
Low points. What are those?
Low points.
Do you know what mine are? Poverty and war and everything.
Oh, I always hate it. I always hate it.
No, you didn't say that.
Yeah.
No, you were going to say.
I was going to say.
No, you were going to say the streets or something, and you didn't care about the people dying. So don't try and do it now.
I'm thinking specifically.
You're nasty. You like that. You like poverty. Oh, you like poverty and starvation. Play a record.
That's
interesting.
That's interesting.
What a
near Christmas time.
What a horrible.
You hope kids go lame.
She actually plays a record.
Terrible. That's a terrible thing, Claire. Nelly, hot
cheeky little bit of Nelly there on XFM 104.9. We don't care. Springsteen and Nelly. You don't get that on XFM, do you?
No.
Usually.
No, indeed.
We don't live by the rules, Steve.
Absolutely. As I was listening to you then talk.
You got bored?
No. It reminded me of an email that someone sent in saying that they listen online, but because of however slow their computer is or whatever, it kind of stutters all the way through.
You've got to point out that is the way.
No, but they said it only happens when you talk. And I think they've correctly identified that it's not the computer at fault.
Well, that's why I wasn't worried about doing this
someone.
boxing match, because I've definitely lost my looks, and I already slur.
Yes.
So there was really no danger of any damage.
No, exactly. Yeah, you do sound punch drunk constantly.
Exactly.
That's just part of.
Oh, dude, that reminded me, because obviously if you're into, like, you know, combat sports and stuff, and you follow fighters for years, getting punched in the head repeatedly throughout years, it really takes a toll, right? And the other day I saw a really interesting video, and I can't remember what fighter it was. I can't remember. It was a really famous fighter. And they went through, like, different clips throughout the years of him being interviewed. Maybe by the same lady. I can't remember her name either. But she's really... whatever. Not important. But they got clips of just different interviews and how... when he was super young and just started out, this is MMA, right? When he was super young and just started out, like, the interviews, he was freaking spot on. And he would explain everything perfectly. And then, like, as the years went by, just couldn't string a sentence together, like, at the end, man, after maybe 8, 9, 10-year career. Just getting beaten to a pulp for years. And it's just amazing the toll it takes, because you know, you often see interviews of boxers or fighters or whatever, and basically they ask them anything like, hey, you know, how'd you train up for this fight, whatever, and their answer is basically, I was training all week, it was great. And you're like, oh my god, what's wrong with this guy? That's what's wrong with the guy. They freaking just beat the actual intelligence out of him. It's amazing. I laugh, but it sucks. Like, it's their choice, obviously, their career choice, and you know, when you go into the fight game, you obviously have to know that that's a consequence of it. But the difference in some people is amazing, man. Amazing. you know, they get the ear thing, like where all the cartilage breaks and they got those cauliflower ears and stuff. Like there's a lot of, you know, just things that happen in a career like that. And it's crazy. And it's crazy to see like the follow-up year after year. But man, there was one particular guy, and unfortunately I can't remember who it was, but it like the difference was amazing. First clip to last clip, just it was like a whole different person. So
your charm.
Well, listen,
no, exactly. Yeah, you do sound punch drunk constantly.
Exactly.
But that's just part of your charm.
Then there's people that's just naturally like that, right?
A lovely 2 hours for me. I've enjoyed it. I hope the listeners have enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope Sturgis has enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it. Yeah.
Well, I didn't really care if you enjoyed it. Don't butt in when I'm talking to Steve. You know, you won't do it again.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. But we're going to play now a Christmas song for the lovely Christmas ladies.
I don't say it's so much Christmassy, but it's one of the tunes I heard this year that really stuck out for me.
Thing, so.
Well, you're a fool. You've embarrassed yourself. You've just shown up that there's no planning. This is was given away on a free CD on the cover of a magazine. I just think it's brilliant. It's a Lamb Chop, who are an excellent band always, doing a cover of an obscure Rolling Stones tune called Backstreet.
A bloody good meal as well.
That's true enough. So we'll leave them with this. It's Backstreet Girl, Lamb Chop, and see you next week for our final festive show. Yeah, thanks very much. Embarrassing. It's something embarrassing.
Some of Ricky's little giggles are so great, dude. Okay, so I did enjoy it, right? But I mean, I get why some people skip them. I do get that it doesn't compare to Carl, but there's still moments. It has its stuff. I mean, it's still entertaining. I mean, it doesn't have that effect of if you're in a bad mood, this will elevate you and put you into a great mood, like just Carl's silliness does. But I mean, it's still entertaining. I'm happy they mentioned the freaking fight finally, because I couldn't believe that they were just talking about the training of the fight for so many weeks to the build up. Like they really built it up, and then they didn't mention it anymore. That didn't make any kind of sense. So at least they mentioned it. I guess they don't mention it with Carl, but Claire was nice enough to put Carl's input. So I gotta watch the fight, apparently. Will do, at some point. Anyway, beautiful humans, it's over, so I'm gone. Look at me no more, and have a wonderful rest of the evening. I didn't click.